I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people out there, David, I'm assuming you may be included, that would really dig a new Mirror's Edge. And I
That would
feel
be
like
awesome, dude.
the parkour thing is great. You know what I'm saying?
I,
You
I
can't tell me
agree
that
with you.
that's dead. The whole freaking Dying Light franchise has actually been able to exist solely on the parkour elements. That game is basically a zombie game, but they added parkour to it, and it was like, oh my god, this is a revelation. Hello and welcome to level 139 of your Thoughts and Players podcast, the gaming podcast with bold takes and no strings attached. I am Jeremy, here with my compadre, David.
What up?
What up? How is your evening going thus far?
It's going good. It was my son's first day of school, so
Really?
we're going back to that schedule.
Yeah. Which
And
grade is it now?
he's in the
Fourth.
fourth
Nice.
grade.
Nice. Well, fourth grade is when things start to get a little complex in life.
Yeah.
So,
I remember fourth grade. Do you remember fourth grade?
I very much remember fourth grade. Yeah. Um, that's when I don't want to say that's when morality starts, but that's like when you may start to question things a little bit deeper than surface level as a kid, right? Before
Yeah,
you
I get what you're
continue
saying.
that stuff. Yeah. So
Right.
I remember fourth grade very much. Yeah.
Yeah, like what you're saying is what I'm getting. So like, kid, 8 younger, they don't like the answer no, and that's like about it. They just
Mhm.
think rules are rules. But I'm saying at this age, now they're like, why is this the rule?
Why is this the rule? Yeah.
Okay, all right, same
Yeah.
page.
Yep. Exactly. Yeah. Why is this the rule? Um, yeah, the kind of the thing of like, when your kid's younger, oh, you just say, oh, hey, not to make this political, but oh, hey, our president's a fascist. And it's like, oh, okay. And they just go. Like, I'm gonna go suck Jolly Ranchers. When they get fourth grader, they're like, well, why is he? And you're like, oh, okay, here we go. It all started in 1853, and then you gotta, get the whole whatever the arc is of whatever's happening, right? You got to get that going. That's when all the questions start. I think I'm trying to think. My youngest, well, he may not be my youngest, but my little cousin, I think he's starting. I think fifth or sixth grade, one of those. I think it's actually sixth grade because he's technically in middle school now.
Yep,
And
that's
so
it.
I think that's what it is. And so it's like, oh boy, I remember sixth grade. Fourth and fifth was like whatever. There's a clear jump from third to fourth. Fourth and fifth kind of play. And
Yeah.
then six is like, for me, I remember six was freaking like, I freaking got like raptured into some other universe as far as a kid. Like, I don't know what happened. But sixth grade on, it's like everything's like, oh man, this is life, you know? But it's cool to see the kids growing, maturing, getting their personalities. You know what I'm saying? Like really kind of starting to shine and stuff. So that's cool. Were you a little no? Were you a little choked up, a little teary eyed, or no? Not really. That's not really a place you're at yet with it.
No, that's not how I feel with these like milestones. I
Mm-hmm.
feel like proud for him
Mm-hmm.
and of him.
Mm-hmm.
But like it's nice to see raising him and being a decent person and me being like a decent parent. Like
Yeah.
I had that with my mom, but like not my dad.
Yeah.
So it kind of feels more like it's for both of us in a sense,
Mm-hmm.
without me taking it away from him.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel you. I feel you. Yeah. And again, that has to be an affirming thing for yourself to see your kid, like, on the trajectory of being a decent human being. You're kind of like, oh, okay, I didn't muck it up. You know what I'm saying? I like,
Right.
you know what I'm saying?
And
Like,
like
I'm actually helping.
exactly. And it makes me question like raising a kid is hard, but like being there and caring about them is very easy. I don't understand why it was so hard.
Yeah. I feel you.
Uh,
Yeah, for some reason you're like, I don't. For some of these people, you're like, I don't get how this is a. I don't get how this is a really strenuous thing for you. You know, uh,
yeah.
as far as just
But
being there, like you said, just being there. Um, yeah, that's
anyways,
cool.
yeah, back to our day. It's just,
Yeah.
another day at work besides that.
Hmm.
And I got in a few games today.
Nice.
That's about it. How's your day been?
Uh, I'd say it's been productive, focusing on work a lot, like you said, but um, been able to play some games. We're recording this after Labor Day weekend, so I was able to do a little bit of barbecuing on Labor Day, which was cool.
What'd you make?
I did ribs. I did
Mm, you made
ribs,
some
and
good
then my
ribs.
my fiance did venison burgers.
Oh,
Um,
that's so good. It's been so long. I haven't had venison since I was in Vietnam.
yeah,
That was over a year ago.
the way you said that makes you sound like you're supposed to be like 71 years old. I haven't experienced this
I
since
haven't had
Vietnam.
I haven't had venison since Nam. I technically can say that. I can say
Right,
that, and it be true. Thank you for
right.
that. You opened that up.
The air dropped us off into the coast. We had to sneak in 200 yards behind enemy lines. Yeah, yeah, but yeah, I feel you. A lot of
That's
interesting
so good.
cuisine there. But yeah, venison is like great. I didn't really eat it. I didn't eat a lot of it really until I met her. So, um, but they, her family hunts. They get the venison, and it's
Yeah,
usually it
that's how
slaps.
we got it.
Yeah,
My
yeah,
my aunt and her family all hunted.
yeah. It'd be slapping, yo. But yeah, I did do some ribs. Did some peach ribs. Did the peach rub this time. Um, so yeah, I gotta figure out some other stuff to do eventually. Um, yeah, ladies and gentlemen, chickens, ducks, and hens, welcome into this level 139 of
Let's
the
go.
podcast. This is, of course, you may be thinking, is this a life podcast? No, it is a gaming podcast. But sometimes it's nice a little bit debrief, talk about life before you get into the hypothetical, non-realistic but realistic stakes of gaming, right?
Right.
Um,
We talk about our story modes before we talk about our video games story modes.
exactly. We've had some interesting story modes happening, some interesting
Some
chapters, some
pretty cool cutscenes.
interesting cutscenes, some interesting mini bosses perhaps being defeated, right? Yeah. So we got a really cool topic for today, and then of course we're talking about. Let's just start it with the first segment. We
Yeah.
talk about what we always talk about in that first segment, which is the games that we are playing. Now, I don't either beknownst or unbeknownst to listeners, had a little bit of a break we've been taking. We've had some episodes we've been getting out, but we've kind of taken a little bit of a break. So I'm assuming that's allowed some time for some games for us to play.
Yeah.
And I know that 138 came out last week. Of course, I edited it, I listened to it, and I kind of can't remember the exact games I talked about. I don't know if I completely talked about what I have done or haven't done. So I'll kind of try to catch up on that as well as some other stuff. But who wants to start first with this? Would you like to talk first about what you've been playing? And
Sure.
or okay, cool.
Right. Mostly Rivals and Apex is kind of up there again because
Okay.
there's an event out called Wildcard, and it is the same to begin with. You just drop wherever you want, but like now you respawn, and the first from the first ring closing, like it's only like a 10-second respawn, and then it's like a 20-second. So each time a ring closes, the respawn time gets longer and longer.
Mm.
So it's been really fun, and the damage and kills and stuff count towards like the badges to unlock. So like
Okay.
I got one 4,000 damage unlocked with Bangalore. I've been trying to do it with other heroes or characters, whatever they are, legends. I
Mm-hmm.
just can't get them with the rest of them. I keep getting like 3,000. I'm like, ah. But besides that, it's been fun. Rivals, I hit Grandmasters again. It reset not too long ago,
Okay.
and my partner, she went up north with her friends, not this weekend, but the prior weekend, and then they got her into a game called Speedrunners. So it's
Okay.
on Switch, and it's a 2D. It's like Mario, right? It's 2D
Hmm.
going back, but except you go back and forth, and it's like a map, and you're just running as fast as you can and trying to get over these obstacles and like this way and that way. And there's like these little tubs that make you run faster. So it's
Okay.
like you can go up to 4 players. Supposedly they're bringing a Speedrunners 2 where it can go up to 8 players, but you're just
Okay.
trying to stay in first. And as soon as someone's eliminated, which is by everyone's on one screen, there's no split screen. If you
Okay.
get off of the map, you're dead. And if there's more than 2 players, 3 or 4, as soon as that first person dies, the screen starts to get smaller,
Yeah.
right? The map area just starts turning red until there's this like last box that's left, and you and well, whoever's playing are trying to just get that person away from you to win, and it's the first to get everyone eliminated 3 times wins. So we
Okay.
played that a lot this weekend. It was
Yeah.
really fun. It was $30 for everything because there's a few DLC packets.
Hmm.
Definitely, if you play with your friends every so often, it's definitely a game that you all can enjoy without being like a gamer.
Ah, got you. Yeah. Kind of like a, not requiring super high, like, I don't know, game aptitude, or like kind of like that
Right.
thing, like something that's easy to jump into, have a really good time, like, but like it sounds like it's straightforward, but there is a bit of complexity and strategy in how you exactly play the game, even though the objective is just to run as fast as you can, right?
Yeah, yeah. The
Yeah.
floor is very low. A lot of people can get on the floor. The ceiling is a little higher. It could definitely
Hmm.
be competitive,
Yeah.
but it's not gonna be
Yeah.
unless you're that group of friends.
Right. Yeah.
But I've been playing more TFT recently, but that's mostly on mobile
Hmm.
and Pokemon Pocket. It's kind of boring, but I can still open it every day to get the free cards.
Yeah.
But that's it, because they're pretty much releasing a new set like every month. So I don't
Yeah.
even, and I told myself, I promised myself I would not put money into this game. So I've
Hmm.
been free to play this entire time, and I've only completed 2 sets out of like 8.
Hmm.
So you can trade and stuff, but you have to like find people and friend them, and
Yeah.
I'm not a social person.
Yeah.
That's why you guys hear me on the podcast and not in a chat. But yeah, that's what I've been playing.
Nice. Nice. Um, I have been it's been a bit of a whirlwind, I would say. So I don't know if I mentioned on the last level or not that I think I mentioned the fact that I had completed Rise of the Ronin, and that I was on my way to playing Dynasty Warriors Origins, and I was
Hmm.
playing that. I don't know if I had updated that I had beat that game, that I had beat
No,
Origins. Yeah, I freaking crushed that thing. That thing's done. I've been done
I
with that
saw it
game.
coming. I saw it coming.
Yeah. Just went through it. It was fantastic. I honestly can't wait for the sequel. I've never been
So do you
excited
think there's gonna be
before. Oh, absolutely. Because it did so well, sales
Mhm.
wise. I think if I recall, it sold close to, if not maybe 1 million copies on Steam.
Oh wow.
And Dynasty Warriors does not do crazy numbers.
No, it's always been a very nice niche
Yeah,
game.
it's always been a niche game. So it's had a lot of success with this release. So I definitely, and basically, how they set up the story of everything too. It ends in the midst of the romance of the Three Kingdoms. So it hasn't wholly resolved itself yet. Um so there's room for your character to kind of, grow, and there's more obviously left. Like when you start this game, like Cao Cao's like a young Cao Cao. He's not the old one we're used to in the
Okay.
games, or the older, or the more older gentlemanly one.
Right.
So yeah, there's definitely room for another one. So I'll be super jazzed when they do that. They did a great job on it. So I mean, it for me, it's a redeeming quality, like a redeeming type of game. Like it redeems the franchise a bit. So yeah, I just
That's good. I'm
completely,
glad to hear that. So
yeah.
Do you think it's gonna be a sequel, as in like Dynasty Warriors Origins 2, or do you think it's gonna just be like how they were doing them, Dynasty Warriors 2, Dynasty Warriors 3, and they weren't
Yeah.
necessarily sequels, but they were kind of like.
Um, that's a good question. So I'm curious. I think there'll be a sequel of like Dynasty Warriors Origins 2. What I am curious of is if they end up doing, they always do the kind of like the adaptations or like the offshoots of it. So like you'll have Dynasty Warriors, like for instance, Dynasty Warriors 11, and then you have Dynasty Warriors 11 Ultimate Edition, and then you have Dynasty Warriors 11 Empires. So I don't know if there's going to be like an Empires version of it or an Ultimate or Legendary edition of it, or if they're just going to keep it straight. Like, hey, this is main entry. We're just going to do another main entry sequel to follow up with it. My assumption is that it was so successful that why not just do another sequel? But
Right.
I myself have always been partial to the Empire versions of it. Like
Mhm.
I still have and play Dynasty Warriors 8 Empires. At one point I was playing Dynasty Warriors Origins and Dynasty Warriors 8 Empires at the same time. Because I'm an idiot. But like so I don't know if they'll do that or not. But
Okay.
I think for sure an Origins 2 is on the table. It was too successful. It was just not only well received, but not only well received critically, but just well received as far as what it sold.
Right. Where does it go now in your top whatever Dynasty Warriors?
It's a top fiver for me, honestly. I think about like Dynasty Warriors 7. I think about the earlier ones like 4 and 5. 8, obviously I have eight Empires.
Yep.
And I think Dynasty Warriors Origins right there in that top 5 as far as entries. Like
Cool.
it does such a great job. It changed so many mechanics and it tells the story so well. So obviously those older ones told the story well too. And those older ones I think still tell it in a more compelling way, but this was definitely a great entry in it. So I think it's for sure top 5.
Good.
Yeah.
I like to hear it. I know I
Yeah.
played the demo for a half an hour, and even just that amount of time, you already, in my opinion, you felt more in the game.
Yeah.
Just by the graphics are so much better, and just the
Mm-hmm.
camera angles that they used and stuff like that. So
Yep.
I can see agreeing with you.
Yeah, it's got like it's not like 100%. It has somewhat, I wouldn't say a complete like stance system. If you think of something like a Ghost of Tsushima or like a Sekiro,
Mhm.
there's kind of a little bit of that mechanic to some degree. Like there's the fatigue type of whatever thing mechanic that they added
Right.
to it too to make the combat more interesting. But yeah, like everything looks better. There's way more soldiers. Like you like in that demo, they kind of show you when you're attacking the one area, like how many soldiers they get on screen that you can charge into, and it's
Right.
just absurd. It just looks like nothing else. Like you always had maybe 50, 100 on screen. In this one, like it's literally like just hundreds, if not thousands. It looks like on screen at the same time where you're just cutting through them. So yeah, it did a great job. It did a great job with that.
Love to hear it.
Outside of that, so what I've been pivoting to play, I've gotten back into some oldies mostly. One that I started playing again was Software Inc. Got back into that for a little bit.
Ooh.
Got back into that for a little. Um, and by a little, I do mean a little. One that I got, one that I got back heavy into for a minute. So I'd say I maybe played about 5-6 hours of Software Inc. in total.
Mm-hmm.
One that I probably put another 10 to 15 hours into that hit me out of nowhere is the Guild 2 Renaissance. And I've talked about this janky ass game before. Yeah. But I just wanted to go back in, and nothing captures what that game does, which is being a medieval life simulator. There's no other game. Find another game that is that. There isn't one.
Right. I've
So,
played this game so many times, not even just from you.
Yeah. Like there's no other game like it. And part of the reason why I jumped back into it is because it was announced that THQ Nordic is developing a The Guild 4. So we're actually getting another Guild game, and it looks like it's going to be awesome. They had the Guild 3 come out, and the developers did a terrible job with it, and it was just poorly received. I have a little bit more hope that THQ Nordic, hopefully giving adequate funding and time and insight and direction to this new development team,
Right.
will be able
Right.
to guide Guild 4 into something that's going to be awesome. Because again, there's nothing like this. There's nothing like that game. So I'm super hopeful that that turns out to be good. But because of that, I probably put about 10, 15 hours in total into the Guild 2 Renaissance. The game that I've put the most time into, and I don't know if I've mentioned playing this game before, it's a game called Medieval Dynasty. And this is a survival game that also has like village management aspects of it as well. Kind of, it's almost, if you're unfamiliar with it, it's kind of like the medieval people version of Power World. If you want to reduce it to some extent, like you build houses, you build different things, and then you recruit townspeople who are nomadic in the area to come live in your village. They occupy different jobs. They may work as a hunter in your hunting lodge. They may work as a water carrier for your well in your town. They can work as a blacksmith, as a seamstress, different things like that, all in an effort to survive and make money in medieval times so you can pay and get rich and different things like that. This game, this is how much that I've actually ended up falling for this game, is that the game, I've played it before for a while because it's been accessible to me for years on Game Pass. So I just played it on Game Pass.
Okay.
However, my one Xbox is in my desk, in my office, and it's on a small little 28-inch TV. And this game has horribly small text that you can't fix. My eyesight's going bad. This thing's it's a mess, right? I also have an Xbox downstairs. Now my fiance is she's been making her way through Assassin's Creed Shadows, right? Just ripping and roaring through that, killing it. You know what I'm saying? So I don't play it on there, but I have an unoccupied larger TV downstairs that has my PlayStation 5 hooked up to it. So old boy was like, I had it on my wish list. I'm waiting for it to go on sale. I waited for it to go on sale. It went on sale for $20. I'm like, do I want to put the 20 in there? Because I just put some money in a different game. But I already had $16 in my wallet. So it only cost me $6.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, bet. So I grabbed that. And I actually grabbed Just Cause 4 Reloaded because that was on sale for $5. I'm like, let me just grab both for $11. So that's cool. So I probably played about, I don't know, I want to say 10 to 15 hours on Xbox. I've had it on my PlayStation for maybe like a couple of days, and I've already put 7 hours into it. So this is going to be one where I'm just going to lose a bunch of time in it. You know what I'm saying? So that's what happens. So I've probably spent the most time in that. However, again, this isn't the end. Outside of that, I have 2 other games that I played that are both related.
Dang, dude.
So while I was playing and beating Dynasty Warriors Origins, I'm like, I got to get my next game. What's the next game that I want to play that I haven't played yet? It was Dragon's Dogma. So I bought Dragon's Dogma 2 because that's what I wanted to play. I'd never played the first one, and I had the first one. So I started playing the first one, and I was like, this is cool. This is awesome. It's also like 15, 20 years old, and it feels like it. F this, I'm just going to play the second one. So I YOLO'd out of the first one and just started playing Dragon's Dogma 2. So that's the other game that I've been playing. So I would say in total, there's been about 5 or 6 games. As far as ones I'm going to play consistently, Medieval Dynasty for sure, and probably Dragon Dogma 2 is going to be the 2 that occupy my time. But one that I haven't mentioned for a while that fell out of play, it's Oblivion Remastered. I didn't expect to stop playing it this soon, but I did, you know? So.
I mean, you'll pick it up.
I will.
It's not gone.
Here's the thing, too. I've heard about Starfield getting an update. I've been getting a little Starfield itch, too. So who knows what'll happen.
Good thing you already paid for it.
Yeah. But of course, David, I don't know if you remember, but I do this all the time. I get hooked into other games, older games I have no business getting hooked into when I have new games I'm supposed to be playing. Yeah. So as I'm playing all these older games, I'm supposed to be playing a game that just came out, which is a franchise that I love, called Mafia: The Old Country. Mafia of the Old Country came out a couple of weeks ago. I'm supposed to be playing that game. That's the game I plan to play. Haven't thought about it. Haven't touched it. Don't know if I'll buy it or not. Because I'm building houses in 15th century Bohemia.
You've gone way off course.
Way off course. Yeah. But that is a long winding what I've been playing. So
I mean, give us some time off, and you just load up on games.
Hey, I'm just trying to find my way. I'm trying to find that next one to dig my claws into. I think that's what it is, right? I think so. Trying to find it.
Nothing's deep enough to hold your claws in.
I know, but Medieval Dynasty might be. I'm gonna try to play some tonight.
Okay.
Yeah. So, put that out the way. Let's get to our topic. We've got one topic that I think is going to be really cool and interesting to explore. So, speaking of games, new games, different games, speaking of my PlayStation 5, when we are recording this, Sony would have had their September 2025 State of Play. And in this State of Play, they designated, I believe, 30 or so minutes exclusively to the brand new 007 game, 007 First Light.
Yes, they did.
Now, 007 First Light, I believe, is being developed by IO Interactive. They are the people who make Hitman. So if you enjoy that franchise, these are the same people. I really enjoy the Hitman series. I think Absolution is probably my favorite of all of them, but there's a ton of great ones. The remakes they did, obviously, with Hitman 1 and 2, more recent updated ones, were great. I think those were done with Eidos Interactive. Or IO may be Eidos, or Eidos may be Interactive. I forgot how it works, but those newer ones are pretty cool. But yeah, they've been working on the 007 game. So it got us to thinking. We've talked about before the 007 franchise as far as gaming. I believe is fairly prestigious. I believe it's fairly venerable. There's been a lot of great 007 games that have come out. But obviously, the one that is probably the most infamous, maybe not infamous, famous, the most highly regarded one is 007 GoldenEye, which
that's
you
the
and
only one I know of.
Yeah, well,
There's more than other ones?
Oh, yeah, there was what was it, 007 Nightfire, 007, I forgot, like a bunch of them.
Okay.
You and I have expressed, and I think even Corey was also in agreement on this, that 007 GoldenEye is one of the 5, 7, 10 most overrated games ever made. Okay?
Yes. Because it aged very, very poorly.
It aged poorly. It was a slightly better Perfect Dark, which also was a terribly mechanically was not a good game.
Never.
So I don't think, and again, I mentioned like Nightfire. I remember playing Nightfire a bunch. I take it or leave it. But there's been obviously other 007 games, but there's a lot of hoopla about that series as far as gaming goes. We've expressed that we're it's not our favorite. Yeah, we think it's a little bit of too much hype on it. You know what I'm saying? Right. However, I am excited that they've brought this franchise back because there are people who love this franchise. We're not curmudgeons. We don't have malice, right? We're not maleficent. Right, we appreciate that people enjoy games that maybe we don't enjoy, right? I.e., example, Redfall is a terrible game, but if you enjoyed it, more power to you. Enjoy the games you enjoy. Jesus Christ, I just played Guild 2 Renaissance again. So with that said, yeah, exactly. So with that said, we were thinking, well, what are some other gaming franchises of the past that maybe we don't like or don't care for, or maybe feel wholly apathetic for, that we wish were brought back for the sake of the people that love it? That's right. It's kind of like hey, if we could bring something back for you, what would we bring back? So, yeah. So the first game, I have one that I think is closely related to, David, your sensibilities and things that you like. Mm-hmm. I'll save that one, though. That might be my second one. The first one I'm going to offer is a game that perhaps many people would think that I'm probably a huge fan of. I've played it. I own the actual physical game copy of it, but I'm not really that super big into it. And that is, if I have to name a specific game, oh man, I just forgot the actual full title of it. I just had it in my head. But
I hate it when that happens.
I just had it. But my first game is going to be, for lack of a better word, I'm not going to say the whole thing. Oh yeah, that's right. StarCraft 2 is the first one that's going to come out here. So StarCraft 2 was competitive. It's highly regarded RTS. People love that game.
Oh yeah.
And Blizzard's obviously done a bunch of screwing around and ridiculous things. There have been games that have come out. I think Stormforge is one name, or Stormgate, I think is it. And there's been other games that have been developed by ex-Blizzard devs and other people that are somewhat tangibly associated with that game to try to create successors for it. But they haven't been able to hit the mark. And I wish that for those people, they could get another StarCraft, because they haven't had anything that really occupies that space. A lot of the RTSs that are out there, they're great. They do what they need to do, but they don't hit the same. It's just not the same as StarCraft.
Right.
The different type of
own marks.
Exactly. And it's such a different area. And even like in regards to, like, we talked about RTSs are kind of in a little bit of a renaissance, and they are. A lot of those RTSs lean more towards kind of like the city building aspects of things and different things like that, more than towards like the straight up like base building, build a bunch of armies, build a bunch of troops, go attack and kill, right? Like that type of thing.
Right.
And StarCraft does that in a great way. I really hoped, for the sake of, eventually, hey, look, after a lot of pining and whining, everybody eventually got a Diablo 4. Whether it was great or not, it's up to you. I think it turned out to be a pretty decent game overall. Maybe they're listening and a StarCraft is on the horizon, and it can be somewhat, because I don't think it'll be anywhere near what we want it to be, or what we would maybe hope for it to be, or had the potential to be back in 2000 and the early 2010s or something. But maybe it can be some semblance of something that is way better than the offerings that have been emerging and coming out lately.
Exactly.
So that's the first game. Hey, not for my sake, because I enjoyed StarCraft. It is what it is, especially being a Command and Conquer type person. But like, it just wasn't really my vibe, I guess, for lack of a better words. But I hope they bring it back. I would like to see that come back for the people. So that's my first one.
I mean, that's a good one. That really hits a mark. There's tons and tons of people that probably highly agree with you.
Yeah.
My first one, I did look it up. I haven't played any of this stuff. Now, I hear this name from a lot of people our age every so often, so I feel like we should get one. And it's Conker's Bad Fur Day. I don't know what. I just know it's a very mouthing off squirrel, right?
Yeah.
And going around killing people, blah, 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 blah. I looked it up. That came out in 2001. There was a Conker Live and Reloaded in 2005, and then that was it.
Yeah.
That's the last of it. So, hey, listen, people, 20-year whatever anniversary, bring out a new game.
There you go. Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah. Yeah, bring it out. Let's have another Conkers. Conkers Badder Furrier Day.
Ooh, there you go. Sold.
Exactly.
Let's go.
Nice. My second one is one that because my third one, and I probably have more, but my third one is definitely selfish. The second one I have is, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people out there, David, I'm assuming you may be included, that would really dig a new Mirror's Edge. And I feel like awesome, I feel like with the technology and certain things we have now, this would be the perfect time to have that game emerge once again and have people enjoy it. And my play for that is, I don't know if it was as highly regarded, but they did a remake of Dead Space. Like,
Right.
we got that.
Yep.
Hey, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I just talked about it. We got a freaking sequel of Dragon's Dogma. We got Dragon's Dogma 2. I think Mirror's Edge and Mirror's Edge Catalyst were more well received than the first Dragon's Dogma, unless I'm incorrect or something. So I think that
the original was huge.
yeah, where's the parkour thing is great. You know what I'm saying? You can't tell me that that's dead. The whole freaking Dying Light franchise has actually been able to exist solely on the parkour elements. That game is basically a zombie game, but they added parkour to it, and it was like, oh my god, this is a revelation. You know what I'm saying? So I think there's plenty of space for 2 games that deal with parkour and verticality and different things like that. All these different, heck, Halo Infinite was revolutionized because of the verticality and kind of like these parkouring elements. Mirror's Edge is the grandmother of them all, right?
Yeah.
Bring that back.
Dude, just think of it. Have a VR mode. Because there was like some fighting. So like you do the buttons to like run and jump and whatever, but then you can actually like box these people.
Right. I mean, cool. think about the graphics and the physics.
That's like the first thing I thought of. The first thing I thought of when you said it.
Like, it looked insane. It'd be like one of the prettiest freaking games ever, you know.
I agree.
Yeah.
Now I want one.
I know that, and you deserve it. I do.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah.
Let's see. Another one for me. Well, another one not for me, I guess. When was the last Siphon Filter?
It's the last Siphon Filter. Let's see here. Siphon Filter. Let's look it up. 07?
And that was Combat Ops.
Yeah. You want them to bring back? Are you saying that the long fans of Siphon Filter?
Yeah, I mean, I played one of them. Yep, it was the original. And I was a fan, but I never played another one. And for him to have at least 7 games that's being shown, who knows if there's any not on this list. I would say there would be a nice little fan club that is waiting for it.
I tell you what, there probably is, but I hope there isn't. And because there's other there's other spy franchises that deserve more. But I understand what you're saying. There is a sense of nostalgia and connection with Siphon Filter. When you ask me about spy video games, of all the games that I'm like, I would like to play more, Siphon Filter probably flashes into mind first. It could be because it's the earliest one. So as much as I would say like, I prefer another Splinter Cell, or I prefer another we're getting like another Metal Gear, but like that kind of thing, right? I can't.
See, that's
the
only other game I think that is like this that I know of is Metal Gear, and that one's always been focused. Like you said, we're getting another one here soon.
Yeah.
So the genre is not even being.
It does fit.
Filled.
I hope all the Siphon Filter fans became Splinter Cell fans, and we can just focus on getting Sam Fisher back.
So we're talking about bangers.
right.
And Mirror's Edge.
Right. Exactly. So my third game here, again, is admittedly selfish. 2 iterations in the franchise. The first one heralded as one of the best RPGs, defined a studio. The second one, also great. That is of course KOTOR, Knights of the Old Republic. We got to give us a third. Either give us a third or give us a remake or an offshoot or something that can be somewhat tied to that world, to that narrative, the way that BioWare explores it. Because I mean, we need that. We're getting these crazy freaking Star Wars. Ubisoft comes up with Star Wars Outlaws, and it's just absurd. It's just ridiculous. It doesn't work. It's a Ubisoft game. And we're getting like the Jedi Fallen Order. The Respawn's doing their thing, but they're forward, action adventure games with terribly mind-numbing maps that you can't navigate.
Mm-hmm.
I just need we're not going to get the BioWare of old. I think Dragon Age, the Veilguard shows us that.
Right.
But I do think there's an opportunity to bring that franchise back and explore it in an interesting, compelling way. The fact that EA at one point, I think, had exclusive rights to develop Star Wars games, and that game did not come to fruition in any way, shape, or form is a bit mind-boggling when you consider that they freaking put out essentially a Squadrons game in the interim of that. Like we got a Star Wars Squadron game, and we got 2 crappy Battlefronts, and we have these Jedi Fallen Order ones, which are maybe the only redeeming elements of that franchise that's been explored so far. The people want it. If they announced it and they did it, it would sell. It would do gangbusters. But I think we deserve it, man. It's been long enough. We deserve a KOTOR. We deserve another one.
Well said.
Yeah.
And like it with a IP like that, like you said, like they've been releasing all of these games, but it's not like the one game that you're really a fan of.
Mm-hmm.
So like it definitely still counts because it's different genres almost at this point.
Yeah.
This game is like this game's like that, etc., etc. What other? Is there another IP like that? They just keep releasing crap.
Everyone that I'm thinking of is a Ubisoft one, and so I mean, there's probably some EA ones. Yeah, but that's all the ones I'm thinking of. Like, we don't need. I mean, so I mean, yeah, I've talked before about how like I really enjoy like Far Cry 4 and Pagan Min as a protagonist, right? As far as my holistic view of the franchise, like I'm not too invested in it. I just really enjoyed that story. But I don't want there to be. I don't need we don't need a Far Cry 7. Like we don't. So that's not what I want to say. I'm trying to think of like one where it's like, I don't care. I'm wholly apathetic to it. Because obviously the KOTOR one's one that I care about. As far as another example of one that I don't care about, but that I wish they maybe come out with another one, and I can't remember if they've actually came out with one recently. It would be the Kingdom Hearts games.
Ooh.
Now, let's see here.
Yeah, there's like 20 of them.
Now it says here that they're in development. That Kingdom Hearts 4 is in development.
All right.
But
you might be onto something.
Not heard a lot. And so I'm hoping that this is my hoping that they pull through with it and they actually provide that fan base a Kingdom Hearts game. I remember when I was younger being irrationally angry that game existed.
Was it because of the worlds going together?
Yes. Because they were like, oh yeah, it's Final Fantasy and Disney. And I remember being younger, like, who the hell wants that? And I remember asking someone that they were like, no, it's cool. And I'm like, why?
Why?
And they would tell me reasons why it was cool. And they just, for the life of me, it just didn't make sense in my brain. And so I'm like, Final Fantasy and Disney? That sounds stupid. But 4 games later, and I mean, people who play Kingdom Hearts, they freaking love it.
Yeah.
It is almost a Mario-esque like fervor for it. Like it's a Nintendo-esque type fervor for that game for the people that love it. So I hope they get it. And I hope it's great. I hope it's wonderful. Because I take Kingdom's Heart, knowing what I know now, and see how everything is now. I take Kingdom's Hearts hand over fist over the crap we're getting right now. You don't think I would take Kingdom
Yeah,
Hearts over Mind's Eye or some
yeah.
crazy game like that? Like yeah.
I
But
played,
also, I don't really care for the game. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
So that's the thing.
I played Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2 and absolutely loved them. I beat
Yeah.
Kingdom Hearts 2 really, really fast because I didn't have it. My friend had it, and I stayed at his house one night, and he had like the books that they have, the playthrough books,
Mm-hmm.
and I just sat there and played the game all night, didn't go to bed. I think I got near the end. I think it took me another day of spending the night to beat it. But, like I beat it with over a weekend. I was like, I
Yeah.
need to beat this game. It was just
Yeah.
so good. But
Yeah.
3 and the rest of them, like the 3DS, 2DS games, whatever
Mm-hmm.
handheld games, they just didn't really seem that interesting.
Yeah.
So I haven't played one in years.
Yeah, I can feel that. Yeah, it's just always been a franchise that I'm like, I don't get, like I don't get it. And it's at now where it's like I'm kind of like, well, I don't need to get it. This is one now I perfectly accept I don't get things.
Mm-hmm.
Matter of fact, I embrace it. Let me not get more. But I understand that people really, really love those games. They love that franchise. It's a really they're really well-made games, and people are like, they find them extremely endearing. And I want more of that for people. So give them another Kingdom's Heart. We got 4 coming out. Let's get another 4 of them. Heck, let's do that. You know what I'm saying? The more of those and the less of some of this other crap that we're getting, you know? That's another one that I wish, like, hey, and like all you know, hopefully that's what it is. It's on its
Right.
way.
Right. I'll take 4 more after the 4th one comes out over like
Yeah.
a course of like 12 years. You know, we don't
Mhm.
we don't need it to turn into Call of Duty.
Correct.
Whatever, you know, yeah.
Yeah,
Speaking of Call of
correct.
Duty, no, I'm just kidding.
I mean, that is
Uh,
technically a franchise you did sour on, right? So
I mean if we're gonna go down here real quick, if they made them more like Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3, again, the originals,
mhm.
I would hop on again.
Yeah.
But unless it was exactly like that, I'm not. I don't trust them anymore. Like I've said before,
Yeah.
it's very
Hey,
sour.
I feel you. I'd be doing the same thing right now had I not had my complete divorce from it. But your boy would be paying a little bit of attention to all this Battlefield 6 stuff going on with the beta and different things like that. Because I love that franchise. But it was just like it was like, no, this sucks. Battlefield 5 was like just, you know, not just 5. 5 was but also it was a 20 40, so whatever the hell the name, the numbers was
Yeah.
Battlefield 20,
Yes.
you know, whatever. Like, this is dumb, like completely. And so I'm just not really interested. Like, haven't really been paying attention to it. So, you know,
Right.
it is what it is.
Let's another one. This isn't specific, but it is. I want for somebody, anybody, anywhere to have a good video game based off a like TV series and it actually be good, right?
Mhm.
Because like there's for example the Adventure Time games for PS3, so it's been a
Yeah.
while. They're not triple A 100 out of 100 game, but they were fun and you got the feeling of the cartoon that you loved to watch.
Yeah.
You know, so if just thinking of the Harry Potter games on PlayStation,
Mhm.
right, the original, those mockery, to be
Yeah.
fair, in my opinion. So if we could have another great game based off of a TV series of any sort, cartoon, real life, whatever, I think we need more of those. Whether
Yeah.
I like that show or not.
You know, I've always just talked about TV, like kind of marrying TV with a video game. I've always wanted, so there's a little bit of background context. Like, I love like TV shows, specifically old TV shows and movies that were shot and done in the 70s. They have like a look to them, and they have like a grittiness to like kind of like their storytelling and all that stuff that I really appreciate. Like it was like they were more like they're clearly more serious. The country was in like a serious state, and the media clearly reflected that. One of my favorite shows from the 70s is Columbo. I'm not sure if you're familiar with Columbo.
I've heard of Columbo.
Columbo was
I've
like
never
this
seen it.
basically this brilliant detective, like homicide detective that seems like an idiot, but he's actually just playing people and reading people and like solving crimes based on clues and interrogations and different things like that. And I've always wanted since I played the game and had the TV show in mind, I always wanted like, man, you know what would be cool is if Rockstar basically just took LA Noire and made it Columbo. Like
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like that would be really cool to play Columbo and solve crimes using a lot of the same mechanics from LA Noire. That'd be really cool. I don't think it's gonna ever happen, but again, I think it'd be a really cool thing to pop off. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree.
It'd
That's
be
exactly what I'm
super
looking
niche.
for.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, it'd be super niche.
speaking of Columbo, you say he's like a stupid detective, right?
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever seen The Mentalist?
Yes.
Do you like it?
If I recall, I think I like it a fair bit. I think I do.
Okay,
Yeah.
because I was a fan. I own 4 of the seasons on DVD, 1, 2, 4, and 7. Don't ask.
Yeah.
And I tried to watch it with my partner because we're always looking for things to watch with together. And I was like, oh, I love this show.
Mm-hmm.
We watched the first episode. She was like, I'm gonna be honest with you, I cannot sit down and watch this with any sense of seriousness. Like it's that cheesy to her. Like it was that god awful cheesy. She was like, just absolutely not. Like this is the show you're gonna watch on your own time.
Yeah, that's
And I
that?
understand. I understand.
Yeah, that was like what, like late 2000s, early 2010s, right? Like that
Yes.
show,
Yes.
like like that era of TV. I'm telling you, like 90s, like early 2000s. I'm telling you, like media culture wise, that's where we peaked. Like, there's been some things that have been cool since then, mostly through internet meme culture. Besides that, like, but as far as like mass media, that's where we peaked. I mean, that's where you had those type of shows. That's where you had all those other kind of like reality shows kind of like emerge, right? Because I mean, they had like The Mentalist, right? Wasn't Monk around the same time too?
Yeah, Monk, Psych.
Psych,
the other bigger ones. Friends was early 2000s. I think The Office started somewhere in there.
Yeah. It was like late 2000s, maybe early 2010s.
Yeah, and Supernatural started in 05. Just all these really, really big shows that are still nowadays repeatedly watched on all these streaming services.
And also
you're right.
Incredibly cheesy, right?
Oh yeah. Yes.
I think like my fiance liked sometimes as a comfort show she'll watch Gilmore Girls. I think that's what it is, right? Like you watch all those shows, and like obviously I got my shows. Like I used to watch. There was a show on HBO called Girls. That was the name of it, and I watched that. Like I freaking loved that show, and it was about just four young white girls living in New York. That was the premise of the show. And here I am, this
feels like your Sex in the City.
Here I am, this 20-something black guy laying on a couch drinking a 2-liter of Pepsi. Like that's right, he ain't worth shit, right? Like but that was peak media, man, peak media. So, but I can understand I think there's like some other things from that same era that I've tried to watch, and it's like cheesy, like real cheesy, and they're like, I can't do that. I can't do this. I'm like, I get it. Even some of that older stuff, like so like Columbo is not very that much, like not that cheesy, but like shows like Murder, She Wrote or certain things like that, like they have a cheesiness to them too, and you're like, this is unbelievable. I can't take this serious, but it's also kind of the fun of it.
Yes, sometimes like when it's not every episode and they do it right, it's hilarious.
Yeah,
I agree with that.
Yeah. Oh man, it shows like what, like Scrubs. Scrubs was
Yes.
great because
Yep.
they'd have an episode that's ridiculous, and then they'd have an episode where a patient has cancer and tries to say something serious about mortality. And it's
Yeah.
like, hey, someone was going around slapping a whoopee cushion the last episode. You have to
What,
understand
what
how
do you
this
mean I'm
match.
bawling my eyes out right now?
Exactly.
What?
Like you expect me, the person, to actually be fairly introspective in this scenario. They last time they like fell into a dumpster full of feces or something. Like you got to figure out your structure, show. You can't do super ridiculous and then serious, you know? Oh man. Oh
Uh,
my, like and just my favorite. Like we'll go on after this. My favorite though is this for ridiculousness, cheesiness while trying to be serious. It is soap operas.
oh
They're unmatched.
my God. Top tier cheesiness right
Yeah,
there.
yeah,
Like I'm a huge fan of Friends, and
yeah,
just watching Joey play on a soap opera is like enough for me. I'm like
yeah,
I can't.
yeah. Oh, yeah, it's been a
Uh,
couple of. I've had a couple of nice, fun times of going on to Hulu and turning on General Hospital. Just when my fiance said we're going to watch something, I turn on the General Hospital, and she's like, "I can't believe what Casey did." And it's like, what? It's really great.
uh,
Um, I think that's. I don't have any other games in
yeah,
mind though.
it's
I'm
three
sure
and
that.
three. I
Oh,
mean,
yeah,
I could throw out the obligatory Twisted Metal. That's
yeah.
for me, definitely. I
That's for
love
you
that one, but like
for sure. Yeah.
second season, it's great. Ratings are good. Where's my game?
Where's the game?
Where's the game?
Where's the
Sony,
game?
I'm looking at you.
Yeah. Stop doing 30-minute treatments for 007 and start cracking on some Twisted Metal.
Yeah, but that
Spent
game
$100 million on Concord and can't spend $5 million on Twisted Metal. What's going
exactly,
on?
exactly. But the 007 did give me Hitman / Max Payne vibes. So you
Yes.
saying that it was the creators of Hitman, that
Oh
makes total
Jesus.
sense.
And yeah. And yeah, I mean, you just, oh man, another Max Payne game. Oh
Mhm.
God, sweet Jesus, I would love that. Yeah, but I guess that's it. We're near the end of the episode, which brings us to final thoughts. We're going to talk about something that's either related or unrelated to this podcast episode. So, who wants to give a final thought first?
I'll go first.
Okay.
All right, there. Cruel, cruel world. Listen up. Can you people stop scalping? All right.
Mm,
It's ridiculous out here in the Pokemon world.
mm,
I don't understand people my age. You guys are ridiculous. There are photos of people literally buying the entire palette of Pokemon cards from Sam's and Costco and whatever big wholesale warehouse stores.
yeah,
Thank you. I
yeah.
almost said whorehouse. Not great. Um, but it's like it's insane, and I understand life is all about money, especially now. It's crazy. We're just getting worse and worse out here. But like, can you save a few for people who actually want to buy it and like open a pack? Or maybe they want to save one box themselves or something. Like everywhere is just empty unless
Mhm,
you're paying over MSRP.
yeah.
Insane. And then Pokemon Center, they release the sets on their own site, right?
Hmm.
And now they've uh, instilled a queue thing, and that hardly works. There's still bots getting everything because once Pokemon Center store sells out, they're almost always sold out. At least for like the Pokemon Center versions of stuff.
Hmm.
And like the ETBs, for example, are $60 on there. But instantly, as soon as people start getting them, they're selling them for 180.
Mm.
And that's like base. Like you can't even get lower than that until like a
Yeah,
month or two in.
yeah.
Like that's 3 times profit, bro.
Not being, yeah. It's people are the worst, man.
And there's a box, Evolving Skies from 2023, I think it came out. It is almost $3,000 a booster box.
Wow. $3,000. And what
And
is
it's
it?
not even 10 years old.
What is it? What is like regular MSRP for it?
When it came out, it was $120.
Really?
Yes. Most boxes have been until now. The last 4 the 4 or 5 sets that have booster boxes
Mm-hmm.
have not even been anywhere close to 120. They're more like 200.
Yeah.
That's if you're lucky.
Huh. And people are trying to resell them for
300
yeah.
right off the bat. The new set that's not even out yet, that comes in November, there's haven't been pre-orders yet. Booster boxes are already 289 on like eBay and resellers, stuff like that. It's like they're
Yeah.
adding $10 every set, because last set it was 279 right out the gate, 269 right out the gate. If this bubble is gonna blow and they're not gonna be happy.
Yeah, this is
that's my final thought.
Yeah. Yeah, that's like you said, it's eventually gonna burst. So maybe some people left holding the bag, Hopefully it's the right people. By the right people, I mean the people that are conducting in this morally degenerate behavior.
Correct.
My final thought is that I think I saw announced, and I'm going to confirm it. Of course, talked about the game that I'm super excited for, and which of course means I won't get it because that seems to be the brand.
Wasn't that Mafia?
Happening.
Isn't that out already?
That was Mafia, but the one I've talked about maybe for the longest, the most, is the Ghost of Yote PS5. I'm not sure if you've seen this thing. You'll be able to pre-order it soon. This thing looks so freaking cool that it's absurd.
What am I looking at?
And I see that they sell the covers, like you can get the covers for it, but they also kind of sell it with like the designs itself for like the PlayStation and like the controller if you just want the controller. I am going to get the controller before, because even though I've talked about how that game hasn't worked and I didn't play it as much as I would have liked to have played it, right? Mm-hmm. I thought about this the other day that I still wish I would have gotten the Starfield Xbox controller because it just looked so cool. And this is kind of this same thing where it's like I'm gonna make sure I get the controller before I even get the game. Because I just don't want to miss out on this like really cool looking piece of tech again. And so
right. I see a gold version. That the console skin and the controller look really cool.
Yeah. They have two versions. They have a gold limited edition and then a black limited edition. Of course, I'm going for that gold one.
There's the black one. That looks
it has like the scar, like the blade slashes and stuff in it, along with it, like little details. It looks totally awesome. So I'm gonna have to be on the lookout for that. I'm sure Sony's gonna be like, "Oh, you want this controller? $200." But I mean, we'll have to see. I'm hoping they're reasonable, right? A new PlayStation 5 controller is what, $70? So maybe it comes in at $90. Maybe they put a $20 delta on it, and I might end up biting for that. I'm trying to just collect more things that are kind of like related to things I really enjoy, and put a lot of value in. And so I think that'd be a really cool controller. So that's my final thought. I'm gonna grab this Ghost of Yote controller.
I would say pre-orders actually start tomorrow for the console at 600. And if you just want the covers, it's 65, and the controllers are 85.
All right, yeah. So I'll probably grab a controller.
I was just say tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll probably grab a controller and the covers. I'm not going to pay $600 for a system. Our PlayStation 5 is even going to be being used 3 years from now. I'm not going to pay $600 for it.
Right, no thanks.
To rebuy it, you know what I'm saying? I've already got one. I'm cool with it. So
exactly.
Yeah, but probably the skins just to put on top of it, and then the controller would be dope. But yeah, that's my final thought. And who knows? I might try to nab me a Starfield controller anyway if I can find one. That isn't like that isn't crazy messed up. But anyway, yeah. All right. With that being done, that leads us to the end of level 139 of your Thoughts and Players podcast. If you like what you heard, please like, follow, listen to, subscribe to the podcast on your preferred podcast service like Spotify, like Apple Podcasts, like Amazon Music, and everywhere else where you can listen to your podcasts.
Spotify?
Also, be sure to check us out on the socials. We are on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. I think we still have X. And then, of course, if you want to support us, there's a couple ways you can do that. One, you can buy merch. For instance, like this phone case that is wearing out because I've been wearing it and using it. But like that on our Teespring store. Also, we have a Patreon. If you want to support us there, we offer 3 different tiers, a $2, $5, and $7 tier, each offering little bits of goodies there. So that is it for me. David, was there anything else you wanted to add?
Peace.
Alrighty, well, thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you on the next level.